Okay, let's see if I can make this look interesting. Going here, going to make this 300 that way, 300 this way. I wonder what background colour. I'm not going to have one. Bit of contrast. Okay, this will be an interesting one. It's meant to be for children, but I don't think it's suitable for children. It's meant to be, I think the movie's called Coco, and that's meant to be him and the child there. It seems like death is being given a certain sense of, like, making it look glorious or exciting or fun. I think fun is the word I was looking for. And I don't think death is fun, unless, of course, you're ready for it. I think you got to take, you can't treat death as something humorous. It's not funny. It's something that you have to prepare yourself for, because one day it'll happen. And it's not something that we should glorify or make it into a fun thing either. People can be settled about it, but I don't think it's something for a child to have to confront at that age. It's too young, and it just seems inappropriate to celebrate death. It just seems, it's inappropriate in my opinion. It doesn't seem like something for kids. It's not a kids-friendly topic. I mean, of course, they're going to bring it up, but I'm just saying it just looks like this show, this kind of production makes fun of death, or makes it look like something that is not so serious. That's right, it's not serious. You got to take it seriously. You got to be ready for it. And once you're ready for it, and you're ready for it, well, it's a wonderful thing to look forward to. But it's not something you make a show about inappropriately. It's hard for me to describe what I'm talking about, what I mean, but it's just something that has to be taken seriously, and you have to be prepared for it. You don't want to be caught out. And children shouldn't... it's hard for me to talk about it. I'm just stuttering about it. It's not an easy topic. But basically, it's not something that you just treat in a flippant sort of a manner. Now that's a nice colour scheme, even though it's faded. It's really wishy-washy. But Coco. I don't know anything about this movie actually, except that's a skeleton, and that's obviously meant to be his friend. Of course, I've never read any reviews about this movie, but from what I can tell, it doesn't seem an appropriate treatment of death. It has to be treated seriously. You don't have to fear it. As I said, if you're prepared for it, you don't have to fear it. It's something that that can be liberating. But until such time, it's just not something like playing with a skeleton. That can't be appropriate. Having a friend as a skeleton, that's silly. That's the kind of inappropriateness I'm referring to. Because I'm sure if death really happened to a child's parents or grandparents and they were there, it might upset them. So it's not exactly the most appropriate treatment of this topic. But that's it, Coco. I don't understand that movie, but it just doesn't come across as something that intuitively, it just seems to be wrong. It just seems intuitively to be wrong, and believe me, intuition can be a really accurate thing to have. You know, you can really trust it. And my intuition says that this is not child friendly. Just like Halloween is not child friendly. So basically I'm against Halloween as well, or as they often call it, trick or treating. And again, they'll often say, oh yeah, it's just about lollies and that, and a bit of fun. But I see it as a serious problem. It's just not something that sits right with me. Intuitively speaking, trick or treat. Why celebrate death? Why? I don't know. I just don't get it. When I was a kid, I didn't think that death was a terribly wonderful thing to celebrate. But for some reason but really when you think about it, it's all about making money. And these money-making adults who make these trick or treat, this is another topic I'm going to go on to, and that is about the pollution that is caused by all the plastics that they use in trick or treat or Halloween costumes. You know, lots of waste, and some of it's electronic waste because you have talking, oh fuck off Conica, you have talking, I don't know, skulls or something, or talking skeletons, and they'd involve electronics, and they sense where you are, and they say have a nice Halloween, for example, in a robotic sounding, in a cheap and nasty robotic voice, tinny little voice, and not robotic, but in a tinny sounding voice. So this can't be good for the environment if you throw it into landfill, because it's got electronics in it. So, and the plastics, these things don't last. And I forgot to press off a second copy of this, so I'm just going to do that again. But basically, it's not good for the planet. These things, I don't even know if half this fucking plastic is recyclable. They don't last. These props end up in the rubbish, and it's just not right. So it's also bad for the planet. It's not just about, and yes, and it kills. If our planet dies and our environment dies, we die. So we end up dying because Halloween contributed something towards the destruction of our planet. So it's not good, folks. And you can see that's my intuition kicking in, that my dislike for all this death-related stuff like this movie, but especially Halloween. Well, you can see it's polluting. It pollutes the minds of people, and it pollutes our planet. So I'm telling you, this is not good for children. This is not child-friendly. Even though I'm trying to make something nice out of it, I'm telling you, there's always a serious side to my work. So there we have it. We've got to think about it first, guys. Think about Halloween and think about all the fucking plastic there is, and don't buy it, and just boycott Halloween if you can. That would be the best thing to do.